Hey, welcome to the Fool Show, guys. I'm, of course, Foolish Phil. Just doing a little special little episode here. That's what we've been having lately with all these coaching swaps. Josh Gattis, the new offensive coordinator for Michigan. I think this is a big step in the right direction for Michigan for a couple reasons. One, all the time I'm like, why can't we have an offense that's more spread, powerful, dynamic, like Alabama, like Clemson? And now, what do? Michigan, Jim Harbaugh was able to get at least one of them. They were co-offensive coordinators at Alabama. He got one of them to come to Michigan. So, like, hey, bring over your spread, dynamic offense to Michigan. Thank you. Another thing, it's not just the name Alabama. That gives some credence to it, obviously. But this guy, Josh Gattis, has a pretty good track record. He was at Penn State from 2014 to 2017. If you can think about it, of course they had, Saquon Barkley in that range too, but they had a really good offense there, using the tight ends, good wide receivers, a quarterback that was mobile, not quite as mobile. I mean, McSorley is much more mobile than Patterson is, but still a mobile quarterback. And I can see Michigan having a similar type of offense, so I think that's another huge plus. And everywhere Gattis has been, when you look at the stats, the wide receiver group has had a big gain in yardage. So that is exactly the kind of mind we wanted at Michigan. Alabama-type offense, going to use the wide receivers, right? In fact, Alabama this year had like the top wide receiver core, I think, for yardage. Not whole passing game, but for the wide receivers themselves. So just a great pick. And honestly, this is like a nice pick-me-up after you had Madison leave and Washington leave. I know I didn't talk about Washington in a video. I was writing some comments with people who were talking to me about it on the Madison comment section. Obviously, just a side note, I'm not surprised Washington left because he had OSU, Ohio State connections. He had been with Jason Day, or I don't know what his name is, but Day in Boston College, and so it makes sense there. Oh, switching now. Gattis, Alabama offense, wide receivers, use of that. Another key part here is it's been announced that he is going to do the play calling. Like, yes, I think the biggest problem we had was that, for whatever reason, the balance between Pep Hamilton and Jim Harbaugh never really meshed. I think they would always have, like, the game plan to get their playmakers of the ball, and then they would just go back to the run. Like, they just didn't trust the offense enough. Like, well, let's not take a deep shot. Let's not do this. Let's not do a quarterback keeper here. Right? And it's like, ugh. So I think it's a big positive that it's been announced that Gattis is going to call the plays. That's putting the confidence in there. I'm sure Harbaugh will have some input on the plays during the week. But if Gattis is the play caller, I think that's huge. Every offseason, Harbaugh has had critiques, and every offseason he seems to be able to change the coaches to adapt. Now, it's been a little bit, not as quick as Michigan fans want. Obviously, last year they got rid, Fry went to, I think it was Florida State, the offensive line coach. They brought in Warner instead. Like, what a great pickup he was. You could see the huge increase in the Michigan running game when you had him. And Warner proves to be a good recruiter. Gattis, too, is young, 34, and the word about him is he's a really good recruiter as well. And I think when you get those young guys, it does help to have a little younger person recruiting them. They can kind of relate a little bit more. I think that's why Washington was a really good recruiter. He was young. I think Gattis will be a good recruiter as well. So I think this pickup is huge, and this is a great way to end the Michigan recruiting, coaching week. Now, obviously, it's only Thursday, so more can happen, but I think things are looking much more bright, much more happy than they were a couple days ago when Madison and Washington left. So, what do you think about adding Gattis to the Michigan roster, the coaching roster? Do you think it was a good pick? Do you think he is going to be allowed to? Is Harbaugh going to allow him to play call, like run the offense? Or do you still think Harbaugh is going to be a little stubborn? Like, no, let's run up the middle again. What are your thoughts there? Again, personally, I'm stoked at getting this. I wanted Alabama offense. I wanted Clemson offense. Like, yes, please, thank you. So just as a beleaguered Michigan fan, a fan that's been watching the offensive talent kind of be wasted, squandered for years now, I'm very happy to get a new offensive coordinator in there. Let's see what he can do. Obviously, I'm not saying this is going to change the world, but I'll tell you what, it's a step in the right direction. They needed to change something, and Harbaugh has addressed it and gotten a new mind in the offense. I love it. Hey, just a little quick video. Thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate it. In the comments below, please put them there. I try to respond to everyone I can. A little tidbit, my wife just had our second child, a daughter. So I have a son and a daughter now. So if you've had kids, you know the first couple weeks, the first couple months are really tough at the sleep. So I'm not getting a ton of sleep, and so I'm not getting on the videos as much as I probably would like to with all this happening. So I appreciate your guys' patience with not having videos. Put in the comments. I try to get to them in the morning or night when I have a chance. Appreciate it. And always thanks to the new subscribers. Thanks for watching, and go Blue. Hey, it's a happy day. Go Blue.